they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you ladder. Oh, yo yo, my ego don't come. Oh yo yo, my people make we shout. Oh yo yo, my ego don't come. Oh yo yo, my ego don't come, man of the masses. Oh yo yo, my ego don't come. Oh yo yo, my ego die the politico. Oh yo yo, my ego don't come. Oh yo yo, this one not they off in mind. Oh yo yo, my ego don't come. Oh yo yo, person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh yo yo, my yegun don't come. Oh yo yo. Anybody learning? Go, I don't want to anybody learning. Go, I don't want to
Hello there. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live.
Glory Facebook, glory YouTube. Gbogbo ṣe ń lọ ní Máyégún já wa sí. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Wahala, 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 wahala. Just like this guy.
Wahala, wahala, wahala. Wahala, wahala, wahala. Wahala, wahala.
As everything stands now, in the continuation of the inconclusive or not accepted or illegitimately given a certificate or declaration, whatever you want to call it, Nigeria and the Nigeria courts are about to become the theater of all dramas. As we see, as you can possibly be aware right now, every one of them has headed to court over who won or who didn't win, the riggers, the riggies, as well as the rigged. But the problem here is this. PDP said APC rigged them to declare Kolu. Labour Party claimed that PDP and APC rigged them to take first and second place. Now, every one of them is now asking INEC, that declared winner. That means INEC has the report. They have the results. But guess what? Not only PDP, Labour Party, Kwakwanso, that is not only Atiku, Obi, and Kwakwanso that are now looking for evidence. The result declared by Mahmoud, INEC, because they said the result didn't tally. The result didn't tally with what they have, inflated. But the whole funny part of it is that even Kolu is looking for INEC. That they said you rigged for me, right? Okay, we want to see the numbers. Okay, we want to see the evidence and everything. If I agree that I won. I want to see how I won. Can you please present the evidence? Do you know what is going on? Atiku is in court. Obi is in court. Tinubu is in court. INEC is in court. INEC approached courts to seek a permission, court order, so that they can wipe the entire BVAS. They can reconfigure it for the Saturday elections. And without evidence of the results announced by INEC, nobody can prove that they rigged. And Tinubu cannot also prove that he won. They just have to let the status quo remain. Whatever Mahmoud decide or has decided will be the finality. So it's going to be the theater of absurdity. Are you following? INEC declared the winner. The losers said they want to see the result, the number declared by INEC. Bring all the numbers you declared that gave Kolu as the winner. Kolu himself is in court asking INEC to give them the evidence of the results that declared him winner. And he has senior advocates, lawyers who are ready to defend that now. But the problem now is INEC doesn't want to give anybody any evidence. They want to wipe everything off. Yes, that's the bone of contention tonight. So if you are going to be interested, right, share this broadcast. Thank you so much. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, invite the Buharidins, the Buhari Didirins, invite the Buhari the Notus, the Buhari Dijatus, the Buhari Shukus, the Ungoziaris, the Unekaharis. Do not forget the on-boot slaves and the sophisticated morons. Also, if you have them as friends or followers as well, please don't forget the Lagos Abobakus, the Oshogbo Alimajiris, the crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, the ass lickers, the all-risers. They have uncles and aunties abroad as well on social media, misleading them and telling them to endure the slavery that has now become the order of the day. They are the Mumu Madus, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu lecturers, and the rest. Their entire clan, if you have them, if you still do, tag them. Even if you don't, once they see this notification that Mayegun is live, they will gather. You know the bone of, you know the genesis of this whole problem. You would have forgotten all this election thing if indeed they actually plan to conduct an election. They didn't conduct any election. It was all programmed exactly the way it is panning out. The only thing that they were so kind of worried about is the aftermath. Yeah, the aftermath, because generally, right, when they rig elections in Nigeria, people will know that they are going to rig elections, okay? So the riggers are going to tell you that if you get rigged, go to court. Now, going to court is like somebody stealing from you and telling you to go to court, knowing very well that his brother is probably the judge. So everybody knows that kind of line. Then you go to court, it drags on, eventually you won't be able to prove anything because the only people that rig elections in Nigeria is INEC, INEC. Independent National Electoral Commission. Somebody said that it is not independent, it is Dependent National Electoral Commission of Nigeria. Politicians can do all the drama that you see everywhere. It is those that they assigned and they call them the returning officers, electoral officers. These are the compromised organ of INEC, and they work like that. It's like, it's like a network, okay? Once the directive comes from the top, everybody follows suit. So when they go for an elections, okay, they plan the rigging along with it. They go to their polling unit and then, I'm talking about INEC, they have two results. Then depends on the highest bidder. Politicians and political parties who can pay more across Nigeria, they are at your service. They are those who rig elections. So You see those ones who are like carrying ballot papers. You see those ones who are paying you money to buy votes. All of those ones don't determine the finality of the election. You know what they say? They say those who vote are not, the people who vote don't count. Can you believe that? The people that vote in a rigged system, they don't count. But the people that count the votes, now them go say, okay, we count them, now this number, now that number. If you disagree, go to court. And in a rigged system, right? Of course, they are already waiting for you there. So that's how Nigeria election work. But they sold the boo-boo, especially to this Gen Z. They told them that if they disagree with what is going on in Nigeria, if they feel like they are not being led the way they wanted, they should go and get PVC and vote. Those ones now decided to go and get PVC and vote. A lot of them didn't even understand anything about voting or about positions people are contesting for. But register to vote, they went. But a system that is already rigged would then have a problem on his hands. That's exactly what happened now. They sold them bobo lies locally and internationally. Once you register to vote and you get that your PVC and you go to polling unit, if thugs come to your polling unit and they disrupt the election, the result of that polling unit will be cancelled. There will be no election result declared there. Meanwhile, where you did your election peacefully, no wahala, you counted your votes, and you know who is the winner and which numbers are, what are the political party scores, Abi? There is a machine we'll give to you. That machine is made from, we don't want to tell you, nobody can rig it. All you have to do is just take a picture and upload it to our server. The whole world will be seeing the result as all of you are uploading your result from everywhere all over Nigeria. Actually, they were only talking to the southern Nigeria, by the way, but we'll get to that. They shall sold the boo-boo. I mean, let me take you back a bit. When this guy was in London, you remember this?
This informed the early choice of a new voter accreditation technology using an electronic device called the bimodal voter accreditation system.
That is BVAS.
We have tested it in several by-elections and off-cycle governorship elections. In addition, the decision to make polling unit election results available for public viewing, which has always been a major demand by citizens and election observers, falls into this early choice of election technology. The INEC Results Viewing Portal, the IREV, is a dedicated web portal for the public view of polling unit results as soon as they are finalized on election day.
So why are they not being
included? Employed in several elections conducted by the Commission in the past few years. In particular, the uploading of polling unit results to the IREV portal has been deployed in 105 constituencies where the Commission conducted off-season elections since August 2020.
So you promised to upload results.
The results can still be viewed on the portal, making the IREV an invaluable repository of election results in Nigeria.
But you never upload any result to
archives for election results.
This man.
And citizens and anybody who registers on the portal can still view the results.
So INEC is promising to upload results, but they have not done it.
And I kept asking those who care to approach the Commission that what we have been doing is to upload the scanned images of polling unit results.
You never do, Amo.
And the same hard copy is given to party agents at polling units on election day. And I've consistently asked candidates and politicians to compare the results on the IREV portal with the hard copies brought by their polling agents.
How will they do that since you have not uploaded any?
If there were discrepancies, it's 99.99% accurate.
It's wrong. This man is very evil. INEC is compromised.
Now, a further lesson from the
you know, when he was selling the bobo. I mean, that was so easy and straightforward, Abby. There shouldn't be any kind of confusion about that. Abby? Well, it is Nigeria. A place that should have been a beautiful place, but so unfortunate to have career criminals in charge of running the country. They've run it aground. This guy carried the bobo. This was January. In February, when people said they were raising concern, the people that designed the BVAS system, the head of the IT, INEC IT, that designed that technology, trained all of their staffs that will handle them and retrain ad hoc staffs that they will use for elections, including how they are going to combat hackers that may want to attack the technology during elections. That Mahmoud removed the guy, transferred him to somewhere administrative, you know, like just go and start checking papers. And you know what I mean? Replace the guy with their own man that did the exact job that a lot of people were suspicious of just before the charade election, that has now produced an illegitimate winner. They are asking INEC now. Hang on. Some people held them down again. Baba, are you sure that you mean what you are saying, that we are not going to have to deal with collation officer going to collation center to announce this? Are we going to be dealing with that? No. Technologically, the results are going to be uploaded right away. Immediately you conclude the election. So he said it again, my friends.
Only last week, we commenced the training of master trainers on election technologies to ensure a seamless process. Beginning from tomorrow, we will commence the same training at zonal level and subsequently train all the ad hoc staff for the 176,846 polling units nationwide. On this note, let me once again reassure Nigerians that there is no going back on the deployment of the bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS, or voter accreditation. There is no going back on the transmission of results on the INEC result viewing portal, the real time on election day. There will be no incident form that enables ineligible persons to vote using other people's permanent voters' cards during elections. We are committed to ensuring that the 2023 general election is transparent and credible, reflecting the will of the Nigerian people. The critical foundation for credible election is the voters' register. You may recall that the CVR, which started on the 28th of June 2021, lasted for 13 consecutive months until its suspension on 31st July 2022. During that period, the Commission gave Nigerians regular weekly update showing the progress of the exercise nationwide, including analysis of the distribution of voters by age, occupation, gender, and disability for our planning purposes and for public information. At the end of the exercise, 12,298,944 Nigerians successfully completed the registration as new voters. All along, we have repeatedly assured Nigerians that our process of cleaning up the register is robust.
So one of the problems, one of the questions that is, or should I say, one of the myths surrounding the electoral haste, the electoral fraud that Mahmoud conducted is this: 12 point something new people suffered, struggled to register to vote, and they actually collected their PVC, 12 million. Your last election in 2019, you had about 70 or 73 million people registered and over 60 million collected their PVC. When the election was conducted, valid and invalid, winner and the losers, all of them, they got less than 30 million. So in 2023, the 12 million people that struggled to be part of the elections, right? Their number became insignificant because the overall votes that Mahmoud declared, when all the numbers were added together, is less than 23 million. So the problem now is this. You didn't do what you said you would do. You have created a bigger problem by not following your own rules. Even the person you declared winner, when they compared their own rigged number with some of the numbers Mahmoud declared, they no tally. So you know what they are doing now? Everybody want to lay their hand on the evidence first before any other person. Because anybody who sees the evidence first, we actually know the war that Mahmoud, Tinubu, APC, Egbekegbe, and everyone that surrounds what happened in your elections, you will know the gravity of the war that they postponed. Now, I'll tell you why. When Mahmoud Yakub declared the winner of the Nigeria presidential election results, I mean, when INEC returning officers from all the states in Nigeria, when they were called to Abuja and they were handed the result that they were going to announce, and when they finally made the announcement, all of them, on their own portal, where ordinarily all of the results should have been like up before the collation officers that traveled from their states to Abuja to now go and announce publicly before they even get to Abuja, Abi. So by the time Yakub announced the winner, 4 a.m. in the morning, the total number of uploaded results, mostly fake, some of them mutilated, a lot of them non-readable. Some people even took their own selfies, your personal selfie, as a result of your polling unit. A lot of horrible things when you start digging into those results. Above it all, less than 50% of the results are actually uploaded. You know why? When everybody who successfully participated in the election put the numbers together, and they started uploading, upload this thing, nada. So for days, people couldn't put up their results. But some people observed strange thing going on. As a lot of people are complaining that they couldn't upload their polling unit results, behind the scene, some results are popping up from different polling units across, including northern Nigeria, southern Nigeria. They were so ridiculously put together that when people started clicking all those results, imagine you that couldn't upload your polling unit results. Then you went to INEC website and there's already a result there. You click and you open, and then you voted at polling unit 5, Delta or Warri. But the result on your polling unit on INEC website is showing Nasarawa polling unit 8, Nasarawa. And they have already declared the results in your area, even in areas where you never participated in election at all. So here is now the problem. Shebina INEC declared results. Abi, a lot of them have now started looking inward. They're like, as Peter Obi destroyed PDP chances in southern Nigeria, now so Kwakwanso also destroyed the hopes and the numbers and expectations of Atiku and APC. So people started now, immediately after they announced the winner, 2 days later, everybody, it's now easy for you to go and upload your results. Now, some people have now taken it, they have taken it upon themselves, like independently, like freelancers, They started scrutinizing and putting all the numbers together. But the numbers are not adding up. That is why Tinubu is also chasing INEC. Mahmoud, come here. Oh. You better come back here now. You better. Mahmoud is approaching the court, asking the court to give him the grant, to grant him an order so that he can reconfigure all of the BVAS that they were supposed to have used for your elections. Not just reconfigure them. Oh. In fact, they, when they configure their voters, this BVAS, they are configured to your polling unit. So if they bring a BVAS machine to your unit, it is configured to that your unit. All the voters in that unit, your information, everything is on that card. Sure, you get. It is your card reader. It is your face scanner. It is your, all that. So what they are doing is that, when you finish your voting there, you put your result, Abi. Some of those results are now popping up now. And when they started popping up, they are not what INEC declared. For example, in Rivers State, despite the weakest madness, they declared Tinubu winner, scoring over 200 and something votes, 260 something thousand votes or thereabouts. And they said Labour Party scored 170 something thousand votes, Abi. When they started putting all the original numbers together now, it showed that despite with the weakest effort, Tinubu was in a distant second to Labour Party in Rivers State. So all of these are information that some of these people now have. They get money. Atiku, Dinomelaye said Atiku spent 400 billion naira for this 2023 presidential election. Atiku, 400 billion. Think about how much Tinubu possibly spent. So they have money to actually see the real thing and then hire the best of the best crooked lawyers who can look for any loopholes to make sure that those things don't get to public. Abi? The problem now is this. The Tinubu and gang wanted to lay their hands on the result, Congo, including the numbers. How did Atiku and the rest of them get the numbers they have beyond what INEC announced? They want the scientific proof of how the numbers came together. And INEC, so you might possibly begin to see INEC offices going on fire now. Very soon, they will say this particular INEC office is on fire. All the 2023 election material burned. INEC office burned down in Ogun. INEC office burned down in Lagos. Burned down in Kano. Burned down here and there to destroy evidence. But there's something they said. They said there's something called the digital footprint. Now, digital footprint means if the result of an election that is supposed to come from over 176,000 polling units, if it's coming from a particular location being loaded up, digital footprint will prove that without any sweat, no sweat. If they want to know that most of the fake results were uploaded through a third party, not by the BVAS themselves, right? Those ones that you snapped with those BVAS originally, right? When they put them side by side, my brothers and sisters, they said Tinubu will be the first person to call for the cancellation of the elections. Or if INEC can actually do what they can right now and destroy everything. So, Peter Obi's lawyers, Atiku's lawyers, and the rest of them are in court. They are in court asking the court to stop INEC from destroying the evidence by reconfiguring those BVAS. No, now. Please don't. Until we access all the content of all of the BVAS machines. Verify those ones that are falsified, faked, and the rest of them. Separate all the numbers together before you can then go ahead. INEC is saying that they don't have any other machine and they need to conduct elections, governorship elections in Nigeria. So the court has told them that no, don't touch the machine until all the parties are satisfied that they have access to those results. So INEC has left all the parties and it has approached the Supreme Court. For all of you who know the role Supreme Court is playing in all of this, their lawlessness and all that, with the backing of those who actually pushed and planned this all along, if Supreme Court says INEC should go ahead and do what they want to do by law, they can do what they like, to prove that they rigged your elections is going to be nearly impossible. Nearly. I didn't say it's going to be impossible. I said nearly impossible, but not for the lawyers. It is their own turn to shop. I told you, after delegates, it is the turn of PR, publicists, media houses, and the rest. After them, now you, the voters, the Gary, the rapper, the cooking gas, and every other thing they give to you. When they are done with that, it is going to be the INEC that are going to perfect all the numbers. After INEC, now the lawyers. After lawyers, then it goes back to the supporters. We will be organizing rally, solidarity rally, saying that they want to stake their mandate. They want to, you know what I mean? Just follow them in sequence like that. For now, it is the turn of the lawyers. Symphony owns the credit for these videos, okay? We appreciate you guys. We just want this for the educational purpose that it is for, okay? Thank you. So, yeah, let's go to the courts. They are lawyers.
You are opposing the order from the varying the order, rather.
Well, there are two applications of interest. One is the application brought by INEC to vary the order, according to them, that the order which enabled us to scan the ballot papers will expose the identity of our voters and persons they voted for. But we're saying that that is not the objective of the applicants, that all we needed to do was to verify that they were actually thumb impressions and things like that. We have no interest whatsoever in finding who voted. I mean, how can you even begin to search that among the millions of people that voted? So it's really pedestrian as far as we are concerned and diversionary. Then the other application, which is of utmost importance, is that the INEC intends to proceed to reconfigure the BVAS machines. And what that means is that they intend to wipe out the accreditation data captured for the presidential election. And that is really huge. My experience in the Oshu State election was that the upload to the back-end server, especially the one that was that was obtained earlier, did not contain all the information. Now, in order to get the real information on accredited voters, we had to go to the BVAS machines themselves, and we got the order of the tribunal to enable us to do that. And once we did that, there was no overvoting at all. So in this situation, what they are actually seeking to do is to wipe out that vital physical evidence, which is the most reliable evidence of accreditation data. And if that is wiped out, then all the petitions will be in jeopardy. So it's actually a very, very important, perhaps the most important part of the election petition series in this dispensation.
But the INEC has said that the timing is very short, given that they need to reconfigure it before Saturday. Do you have a problem with that? What do you think
First of all, you have to look at the importance of the presidential election, and the importance of the votes cast, and then the integrity of the process. I believe the issue of time should not be of any relevance, and they can always postpone an election. You know, this won't be the first time an election would have been postponed in Nigeria.
Absolutely. Many thanks, sir. So see you tomorrow.
What are the issues in these proceedings that have just been adjourned till tomorrow?
Okay, actually, a few days back, the Honorable Court granted Atiku Abubakar and PDP the indulgence to inspect the BVAS machine content and every other material that was used for the election, the presidential election. And shortly after that was granted, INEC felt there was a need to vary that order. And they now brought the application that the court dealt with now. They are seeking to to get the court to order that the BVAS machine, which was used in conducting the election, that our scrutiny will not go to it. And indeed, that for them to conduct the election of Saturday, that they need tomorrow and next to flush off the data in the BVAS machine so that they can use it for the election coming up on Saturday. And there you see the trick. Atiku Abubakar says he won the election. Atiku Abubakar and PDP, they say that if you reconcile the result sheets that they have from emanating from polling units, if you reconcile it with the content of the BVAS machine, that it will be very obvious that he won the election. Now, INEC that conducted that election and refused to upload it on the day of election has said that the only primary source of Atiku's inquisition, that it should be flushed out so that they will reconfigure the machines for the election on Saturday. So you can now begin to see where the game is going to. And we're saying, no, that should not be done. And we want to tell this court, we want to demonstrate it to this honorable court tomorrow. We've been told to come back tomorrow, that what the application INEC is, the application INEC has brought to this honorable court seeks to destroy the rest, to destroy the evidence with which Atiku Abubakar and the PDP will prove their petition. And that is where we are. And you also ask yourself, is INEC waking up today to know that they need the BVAS machine flushed in their language so that they will reconfigure it? Were they not aware of this when they planned the timetable and said the governorship and the House of Assembly election will take place 2 weeks after the presidential election? What was on their mind when they configured that timetable? Did they not know that they will need a clean BVAS? Do they not know that whoever feels aggrieved in the presidential election, National Assembly elections, will find recourse to the data in the BVAS machine? That is where we find ourselves. And we're saying no, that should not be. But it is left for the court, after taking the application tomorrow, to rule whether the INEC application has merit and is in good faith or not.
So you get the game. Are you following the game? Yeah, that's the game. It is clear, and you can actually tell where this is headed, Abby. Clear the evidence. Well, you know, I mean, people who have participated in election petition in Nigeria's 24 years democracy, I have read some up law review on elections in Nigeria, especially how to prove that a winner of an election is not the winner. They said it is one of the trickiest and complex part of law. If you are a lawyer, you want to go and prove that somebody didn't win. So which means you have to inspect every ballot paper used, any of them that you can get. You have to forensically prove that each ballot is valid. They said it's one of the tedious, court sort of legal battle that any lawyer any lawyer would actually want to be involved in. So therefore, it's not always for any lawyers, okay? But there are special lawyers in Nigeria who knows their way around the whole thing. And somehow they actually do upturn INEC's decision in different courts. We've seen that several times, Abi. So it is always going to be you versus INEC when you go into Nigeria elections. Like I said, it's the turn of the lawyers. We can see the whole thing like broad day robbery. But for those of you who are Gen Z, you are welcome to the party. Let this guy also say his own part. Now I'll take you to another part. Again.
David, that was signed by Ipeazuanko. Would you like to give us the reasons why on camera? On the configuration?
Configuration of, well, you see primarily, Labour Party and PDP, they are seeking for evidence to file election petition. They have not yet filed any election petition. They're just looking for evidence, but we believe they have more than sufficient evidence to file election petition. Why? Because they have representation in all the polling units during the.
Man, no confuse you. That guy talking is INEC lawyer, the one that is representing Mahmoud, the one that is telling all of them that if they have any evidence, if they want any evidence, they should have enough from their polling agents. INEC cannot give them evidence. They said, I mean, it's saying something like, these people who are shouting that they are rigged, they are rigged. They don't even have evidence to file petition. They are looking, they want to look into INEC so that they can look for something that they can use to file petition. Now, lawyer, but do you know that he's actually talking nonsense? He said, maybe they have their agents in different polling units. They should use that evidence now in courts and not delay INEC. But it seems you think he's smart. He's not. Yes, they have their evidence. The one where you declare, they said they no tally with the one they have. How will they prove it if they don't have the one you have? Put them side by side. A joke. Sorry, let me take you back to him. He said more.
David, that was signed by Piers Wanko. Would you like to give us the reasons why on camera? On the configuration?
Configuration of, well, you see, primarily, Labour Party and PDP, they are seeking for evidence to file election petition. They have not yet filed any election petition. They're just looking for evidence, but we believe they have more than sufficient evidence to file election petition. Why? Because they have representation in all the polling units during the presidential election. And we all know that the foundation of any election is the results of the polling unit. We deployed BVAS devices for the 2023 election. Each device is configured to cover a particular polling unit. It has its data. What it contains is that the accreditation data for each that polling unit. And as well, we know after the result has been identified in each polling unit, result written, the BVAS machine will snap the result sheet and send it to our RF portal, which of any dispute, we refer to that particular polling unit and download the picture of that result sheet. That is the essence of that RF portal. The application by the Labour Party, as brought by my learned brother, SAN, he wants an order of the court to stop us from configuring the BVAS devices for the governorship election until they finish the inspection of the devices. And we informed the court that we have over 170-something thousand of the BVAS devices. We need to configure them for the March 11 governorship election, state governorship and state houses assembly election. So here are we. They want to file a petition. They are not file a petition, and they want us to. They want the court to stop us from conducting the election on the 11th of March, pending when they will have finished the inspection of the BVAS devices. And in any event, they have not even shown from the application how long will it take them to inspect and come up with whatever they want to come up with it. So you could see that, I don't know the intention. How long will it take them to inspect and come up with whatever they want to come up with it? So you could see that, I don't know the intention, but we have a constitutional responsibility that is to conduct the governorship and state houses assembly election, or else we'll run into constitutional crisis.
Okay, well, one of the concerns of the Labour Party and of course the PDP,
yes,
is that by reconfiguring the machines,
yes,
you would flush out the evidence which they intend to rely on to prosecute their case. So,
yes, we informed the courts that we responded in our by counter affidavit, and we assured the court that no data will be lost by configuring the machine, because we have our cloud, we saw it in our cloud, and in fact, so that's why when they filed their counter affidavit, we viewed their counter affidavit. They have not properly responded. They have not, in other words, they have not said that what we told them, what we have forced by our expert, that is not a position. You know, we countered it. They have not filed further affidavit to say that yes, because what we did, we assured them, and indeed the court, that no data would be lost in the process of configuration, because
No, it's all right. It's all right. That's what I want you to hear again. Don't hold him to his word, though. If they had followed their own rules for the elections, there will likely be no conversation like this. Seriously, there will be no you won't be having this conversation. But did you hear him there? Oh, we told them that we have stored the information in the cloud. There is nothing stored in the cloud, though. Even if they have stored anything in the cloud, they go delete them. Yeah, they will delete them. So tomorrow, they expected the Supreme Court to make a decision if INEC should go ahead and reconfigure those BVAS, trash those information, and everybody can pray to the cloud. So that the evidence can rain down. Trust them. They actually have a story, a cover-up story for that he just said there. They do. You'll find out later. When this guy was junketing all over the world, telling the world that they were ready to conduct an election, which is a charade, you think they didn't have a story to tell you why they won't do that anymore, or why that is impossible anymore, right? So they do have a story for that, and now they are going to Supreme Court. So the confusion that INEC Mahmoud has created, you might think that now the opposition are confused. No, be only opposition are confused though. You know when they say that all of them that supported and then brought Bukwari, APC, Ebekebe, to come and destroy and divide and loot Nigeria to this point, terrorize Nigeria to this point. All of you, you remember the story of I've told this story many times. I've actually shared this many times, and it's a fabu, but it's quite somehow sounds real. You remember when they said that Bukwari became deaf and dumb? They say, they hear again, and they talk. It became the shigidi. Yeah, people just go to take pictures with. You remember? This is not because people are shouting, hey, Buhari, oh, when they were killing people in Benue. Buhari, oh, everywhere, Buhari, everywhere, Buhari. If you go this, everywhere, Buhari, Buhari, Buhari. So that thing affected him, right? You would be hearing people calling his name until he became deaf. No, dumb, or something like that. So it is the same with APC, Egbekegbe Lagos Sabo Baku. You don't wear this guy. And he said, ọkàn yín ò ní balẹ̀. Your what is it called? Your heart, I mean, your chest, you no go touch ground. Ọkàn yín ò ní balẹ̀. They have won, but they are scared. How the enemy? Why can't they congratulate Asiwaju? All these bad losers. Bad losers. Asiwaju has defeated you. What is all this nonsense? Why are you going to court? Why? Because you know, it can't look like Mahmoud. Mahmoud scammed everybody. He scammed a lot of you to believe that they want to do an election. You believed him. He scammed Tinubu by assuring him that don't worry, the law says whatever it says, the final, pay me. And he got paid, I believe. Now, Tinubu that is declared winner, that people are congratulating left, right, and center. People are worried. Like some people, they want to make this winning look like Asiwaju did not win. So they have started staging their own protest of support. People when we know. They went to, yesterday, Atiku was in Abuja with his daughter. With his daughter. Protesting that they rig Atiku out. You remember that? I showed that yesterday. It's the turn of the winner. The winner self had done the protest. Don't try anything with us, or your mandate will stand in you. I'm telling you, in Abuja today, take a look. We shall stand on your pampas, Bola, on your pampas, Bola, on your pampas. We shall stand on your pampas. We shall stand on your pampas. It was kind of rhyme when that song came out. So we used to sing that. We just like, on your pampas, we shall stand, Bola. On your pampas, we shall stand. On your pampas, Bola, on your pampas, Bola, on your pampas, we shall shout. We shall shout. Sorry. Well, those are the winners of election. May anybody not go they move mad though? Asiwaju has won. All of una go everywhere you want to claim That's the first time I'm actually seeing people who won elections. And they are doing protests to the umpire that declared them winner to go and tell them, Emma shows you. We don't see. Emma no shebi with you. Asiwaju is Asiwaju. INEC, where is Mahmoud? Tell Mahmoud, people don't they, all of us don't they buy properties for here, all this abandoned property for Abuja. We get people with they bring from Lagos, all of them don't they arrive. Call Mahmoud out. Let's go back there. Let's go back to that place, right? They actually went to the INEC office. They are the winner. What's going on? What is wrong with these guys? You are the winner. You are supposed to be partying. You're supposed to be like everywhere, like, bubbling. But somehow, that is not happening. Let's just be honest. It's not happening. Everyone is worried. And I don't blame them. Okay? I don't blame them. For 2.5 years, the once notorious, famous BMC on social media, Buhari Media Center, in 2015, after the 2015 elections, APC, Egbekegbe, they opened up a codedly secret propaganda network for young people who were facing the change of the time. They recruited them in their thousands. They were being paid 30,000 naira every month. It was very popular. They were called BMC, Buhari Media Center. Yorubas, Hausas, Igbos, Christians, Muslims, all of them. They opened hundreds of fake profiles on social media. They were the Lord. And you see this mob of that era, they were those that would tell you, hey, a bag of rice is now 15,000 naira. Oh. They will attack you. Shut up your mouth. Must you eat rice? Buhari is fixing Nigeria. One day, a bag of rice will be 1,000 naira. One day, a liter of petrol will be 40 naira. Hey, Wahala, we are suffering. Shut up your mouth. Were you not suffering under PDP? A lot of people were silenced, bullied on social media. A lot of people didn't survive them. If you know their story, they were everywhere. If you say anything about Buhari like this, they go, some will come, they will be attacking you, especially those ones who are like Yorubas among them, the BMC. Any small thing, say you know get papa ni. Now those ones where they look for respect. If you remember them, BMC, small boys who putting up a Buhari profile, this and that. They were paying them 30,000 naira. But people like us, one man mopo, I entered them very well. They know me very well. I entered them so much, that they ensure that they shut down my own pages, right? 3 times on Facebook. These guys. What happened is that you see, as a mob, they have leaders. Those ones who are, it's like the soldier hands guiding the coin in between, and you see a lot of them, right? So those are the ones who are like cooking all lies, propaganda, fake photo, fake this, fake that. Once they give them to this mob of liars, propagandists, they will just flood the social media with them. I mean, they had their reign. But at the end of the day, APC, Egbekegbe disappointed everybody. Those who are not dead among them, they are economically dead. Here you get. The country is divided. And guess what? They are also affected. So 2020, October, and SARS happened. 2021, October, obedience movements started gaining momentum. By February 2023, they have chased all of the BMC out of social media. I know the whole story. That's what I'm telling you. Here you get. the BMC Buhari Media Center propagandists, liars, attackers, bullish, and all this hate spreader and all of them, after 2020, the young people in Nigeria, who later metamorphosed into disobedience, they faced the propagandist BMC of Buhari Media Center. They chased them out of social media. Now them come they shout, disobedience, they don't have any respect. They are so, everything about them is so bullish. They hate, they are full of hate. Go and check majority of those who complain about the obedience. They are once Buhari Media Center propagandists themselves. In fact, a lot of them became influencers because they are associated with the propagandas of APC. So,